Hey everyone, this is Falnave or Jordan, and today I'm going to make a fantasy map. I'm hoping this is going to be a multiple part series where you, the viewer, can comment below and we can discuss, or you can put out ideas about what could be added next to the map. Today I'm just going to worry about coastlines and figure out how all that's going to work out. I think it's going to be just a small little island with like 3 cultures minimum, maybe 5 at the max, but yeah, let's just jump into it. Here we have Krita, a free drawing program. I prefer it over Photoshop. I actually have Photoshop down here and a couple other programs, but I prefer drawing in this if I'm going to do digital drawing. And I'm going to go over to, let's not do that. Okay. So here is Asgar's fantasy map generator. You can see the URL here. Just go to that and it'll take you right here. I'll probably put the link in the description. So here we're going to use, I really like these. These are cool. But we're going to generate a map. I'm not going to go into all of this stuff because I haven't even gone into it myself. But go to new map. And it's just going to take a minute to load. But it'll load a new map. Hey, look, these are pretty cool too. So I'll put this aside. And we can go in here and pick up whatever we wanted. But I really like how this comes over here. But this is cool too. Alright, I'm just going to take this. I'm not going to worry about finding something amazing. So we're going to take a PNG. You can save all kinds of different files. Close that out and we'll come over here to Krita and just place that in there. Oh, let's make a new file first. Yeah, we'll make it long. Okay, so I got a 2000 by 1500 pixels. We can always change the dimensions of that later, but we're going to just start with that. So we will drag this over here and import as a new layer, or insert, and I'm going to just rename this to sketch. Well, you get the idea. And I'll try to do this because I don't want it to look like you can only do this digitally. This is the only time I've done it digitally. I've used this to draw maps of my own in my sketchbook and just copied it from there as just a baseline, you know. So I'll start with like a little sketch, and so you can follow along if you just have pencil and paper. So I'm gonna lower the opacity. Actually, let's boost it a little bit, and then Control T that, and we'll increase the size. And I think that's a good size. So we're gonna apply that. You can see it says apply over here. And yeah, let's just get right into it. I believe this is just a default sketch thing here. I have this under sketch. This layout's probably different than the default as well, but I typically just stay under the sketch stuff here. And we'll lower that just a little bit, actually a lot. We'll go to the sketch and we'll click on the brush, and I'll make this about 5. I like thin. Oops, is that right? That looks wrong. Why is this so weird? Let me see. If I lower the opacity. Huh. Usually this pencil looks different. Oh yeah, you can see it there. You see it's got this like texture. Huh. Let me see. Maybe that's what I'm used to. Used to a lower opacity. I have used this one in the past, but it's a little too rough. What is this guy? maybe we'll use that. And I'll lower the opacity just so it's not as intense. Alright. So, if I was doing this on paper, I would start with the big shapes. And I prefer not to make it too nebulous. And I would often start with big shapes, right? So, you know, that shape. And then I'd probably go like this, and I might cut that in a little bit. Oops. Super simple shapes, you know, just to get the idea. That's a little weird. I don't know how I'd do that if I wasn't right over top of this thing. But yeah, this can just be kind of like coming in like that. And then I'd probably do this. Because I'd want to make sure I get this shape. So I would draw that lightly on a sketchbook. And then we'll make another layer and we'll get the details, right? So, oh, that's why it's so big. Let's make that like 8. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Lower the opacity a little bit. And so, you know, this corner isn't a straight corner, so, you know, I would start going into some of the details a little bit, you know. See, I'm not getting too squiggly with it. I'm just getting a little bit more detail than what was previously there. All right. And then we can add the detail later, and I'll take away the whole thing, the whole background there, and we can just make it up as we go, you know? Oops. Okay, and when I get focusing, I get real quiet, as you can probably notice. Hopefully it's not too boring. And I'm going through this real fast. If I wasn't tracing this, it would take me a lot longer to do this. But I'm trying to be quick with it. I'm not trying to waste too much time. And I'm not trying to care too much. See, look, I'm probably putting too much there, so, you know, something like this. And we got some more detail there. Let's go ahead and add some more of these islands here, you know. And we'll add detail to that later. We'll probably add in more islands as well. Let's do that now. I like the idea. Ooh, that was my elbow. Of like an island down here, a decent shape, decent size rather, and then something maybe here. I like having probably too many islands. I kind of like, maybe we can borrow from this a little bit and have a smaller, I like that, kind of fills in the space a little bit. That can have a little island, and I really want to put something up here for some reason. So we'll do that. Why not? Make it smaller. Sure, let's have that. So this is super simple, right? There's not a whole lot here, but we're going to add some detail to it, and I'll make this even smaller again. Let's make it 5. Lower the opacity quite a lot. Make a new layer. And this is when I would start adding some more detail. So I'm going to go in and do that. Alright, so here I thought it looked a little too pointy, so I'm going to round it out because I kind of want more of a, probably a shape like that. So let's erase even more here. Gotta change that back again. Alright, so let's... And I'm going to try to round it out more because I think it's going to balance things out more since the whole thing is kind of pointy. Yeah, so yeah, I think we could probably have some more divots, right? So we could bring that in a little bit. And that could be enough. I hate how the eraser, I have to erase twice for some reason. It always lingers a little bit. Alright, yeah. So that adds a little bit of variance. Yeah, that looks great. Alright, so one more thing I want to fix. This is a little tight for my liking. So we'll make a bigger bay here. Why not? Probably have this come down a bit more. All right, and that's basically the ink there. So next time we will be adding all kinds of terrain. We'll figure out where the mountains go. Do we want a big mountain range there? Or do we want to split them up? Maybe there's a mountain range here cutting people off here. And then another mountain range here cutting these people off. And this is kind of like the major civilization. Maybe the mountain range is coming through here. Maybe it's, you know, there's all kinds of ways we can go about it. I'm always terrible at scale. This looks bigger than I had intended, but it'll be as big as it is, you know. But yeah, make sure you comment below where you think the mountains and forests and hills and things should be, and we'll get to that next time. All right, bye.